Dima. I am Judy Ann S. Rizal from BSED Filipino T1. And this is my philosophy of education. I believe that every child has the ability inside them to grow and progress. All can learn and should be treated with full of respect, stimulating of their educational environment where they can grow physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially. Free to create a desire of atmosphere where they can meet their full of potential in all aspects without fear of judgment. Has the innate ability, confidence, and rights to learn and deserve the best. I believe that the reasons why I teach are to provide a safe and welcoming environment for my students to learn and grow. Engage to every passion and encourage them with full of joy for and love of education and school. Help to set their own goals and take steps towards achieving their goals every day. To teach my students how to think rather than what to think. Be realistic and hold them accountable and enable them to believe that they are capable and free to learn more. I believe that my task as a teacher is to be an effective model that I can motivate and facilitate my students' learning includes doing good things and practicing values outside and inside the classroom, so I can serve as a role model of my future students, guide and help them to understand in every subject matter, discipline them to expose their critical thinking, encouraging them to analyze, to apply, to synthesize, and evaluate all they read and hear to make them alive. To facilitate them by giving power of questions and questioning strategies to cause thinking in order to help them learn and grow. Facilitate learning and growth academically, personally, and ethically, providing them a quality of education to each individual in classroom, equip them with the tools necessary to succeed in life. Nurture individual talents in child. Educators can build self-esteem and may encourage a lifelong skills, guide them, enlighten them about subject in which they can be knowledgeable and pursue their academic achievements. I believe that the ways on how I can integrate my purposes of teaching to my future students through should treat them as an active participants in the learning process, providing with the skills how to study, to take notes, to memorize, understand, and express themselves effectively. Need to know about curriculum resources and technologies to connect my students with sources of information and knowledge that allow them to explore ideas. Provide a solid classroom management plan and well-planned lesson that is grounded and relevant, purposeful activities and let her or him with wanting to learn more should be strongly aligned with the student-centered and student-directed learning that embraces exploration, discovery, experiential learning, and should be able to organize a standard-based lesson sequence. Then evaluate their learnings, prioritizing good relationship with my students for having a good communication and respect with each other. To connect my students on differences that may arise from their culture, family experiences, develop intelligences and approach to learning. Inquire sensitively, listen carefully, look thoughtfully on their academic work. For making my own philosophy of education is important because it leads me to be a great good model for my future learners. It also provides a basis for understanding the nature and purpose of education. It helps us to consider the ethical and moral implications of educating my future students. By understanding my philosophy of education, I can gain valuable insight into profession and for my students' learning. My philosophy of education is my window to the world and compass in life. By reflecting the core values and beliefs in terms of teaching, considering my thoughts regarding the nature of my students, the purpose of education, and how people learn and the role of a teacher, also by working as an educational just to continue to develop my students' craft and give my best of teaching, education possible will lead to learn them grow and successfully.